Good afternoon, kings and queens, gentlemen and ladies. This is Refined Rose back with another video. Y'all, we need to protect our loved ones so they won't become victims, or protect the community and communities around us, and also the communities that are not around us from our abusers, so somebody won't suffer the same fate that we suffered at the hand of our toxic abuser. Like, my abuser has a flourishing restaurant in Van Alstyne, Texas. Best tamales I ever tasted in my life. Best tamales in the state of Texas. I've never had a more flavorful tamale than my husband's tamales. Y'all, check out my videos. I show pictures of my abuse. They're denying that the abuse happened, but don't throw caution to the wind because they're denying it. You can look up their name in records where they've been charged at. Look in McKinney, Texas. Look up their name. Look in Collin, Texas. And look in Kaufman, Texas. And my name will be on that document, especially in Kaufman County for my abuser. It's going to have the last name Rose, Kim Rose, and it's going to have another name attached to it, but I don't feel comfortable putting it out on this video. But you can pull their records, or you can have an investigator pull their records, since they're going around saying nothing is true. They don't have a long record with law enforcement. Have an investigator look into it, so that way you can see for yourself, and that way you can protect your community. You can protect your sons and daughters. Yeah, they may be flourishing business owners with a little bit of money and try to attract you with words, lure you in with their charisma, lure you in with their kindness. But once you date them and behind closed doors, these people are totally different individuals. They are actually monsters. If you never lived with them and been behind closed door with them day after day, week after week, under their verbal attacks, physical attacks, psychological attacks, emotional attacks, count that as your blessings, because you did not have to go through what I've tolerated and what some other women tolerated at the hands of my husband. I'm not the only one. I found out I'm not the only one. I was just one of many of his victims. So if they're going around Van Alstyne, McKinney, Texas, Garland, Texas, Mesquite, Texas, Turl, Texas, Kaufman, Texas, Dallas, Texas, saying it never happened, tell them to give you their full name so you can start pulling records and have an investigator look into their name. And then see if my name is not tied with being abused, them having charges. Just Kim and Rose is my name, but there's another name attached to it. I go by more than those two names, and I'm attached to it. So they try to hide in these small towns like Van Alstyne, where nobody don't know them. In McKinney, Texas, their name is well known. They stay in trouble. They can't stay out of trouble. So if I'm lying, let the burden of proof lie with them to prove that I'm lying. They shouldn't have any a criminal history. They shouldn't have any charges on their record. They shouldn't have multiple suspended license for not wanting to follow the law because they think they're above the law. They should have a clean slate. Just because they smile in your face and give you good conversation and make you feel good does not mean that they're not the devil. That does not mean that they're not a monster. That does not mean that they're not demonic. Just because it didn't happen to you doesn't mean it didn't happen to me or anybody else before me. All I'm asking is just do your checks on these men and women before entering a relationship with them, so you can keep your peace, so you can keep your sanity, and make your decision off of what you find out from their background record. That's all I have for now. Refined Rose out. Bye for now.